Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I thought I'd bring you with me on my New Year's Day walk along the Sunderland coast, sharing some history about my favourite beaches. I started my walk at Seaburn Beach, which was a popular Edwardian seaside resort, heading towards the Cat and Dog Steps. Along the promenade would have been a bustling fairground, boating lake and even entertainment by the Seaburn Follies. Beach resorts like Seaburn and Roker would have been a big day out for working class people, with a trip to sit on a rented deck chair and to enjoy some chips being a highlight of the summer. I don't know if it's just me, but it's absolutely crazy to think that the sea is the same sea that generations would have seen, with everything else changing around us. Seaside resorts were heavily promoted for being a healthy thing to do, especially for those with respiratory illnesses. The northeast was a haven of heavy industry and poor living standards, so a trip to the seaside was thought to do wonders. The lucky and rich would often stay in newly built hotels and guest houses to spend a week at the seaside, parading along the promenades whilst taking in the heavenly fresh air. Fun fairs, arcades, shops and places to eat started to spring up due to the demand of leisure activities, creating the booming holiday industry we know today. This promenade takes us to the Cat and Dog Steps, which I mentioned a little earlier. Do you know why they have such a strange name? It is thought that pet owners that couldn't afford to pay for vet bills or look after their animals anymore would throw their pets into the River Wear. The dead bodies of cats and dogs and other types of animals would be washed up at the Cat and Dog Steps. Such a depressing story for one of my favourite parts of Sunderland. The big rock face sticking out of the cliffs is the remains of Holy Rock, which once stood at Roker and bared a resemblance to an elephant. Holy Rock got its name from the holes and caverns that were carved into the cliff face. It was a huge tourist attraction and a place for children to play. It was customary to keep pieces of the rock as good luck charms and souvenirs. Unfortunately, the majority of the rock was demolished in 1937 due to it being unstable. Roker Beach has Hendon at the east end of Sunderland to thank for its success as a seaside resort. Hendon Beach was the place to be in the early 1900s. The wealthy middle class flocked to the spa-like waters. However, with the construction of the Port of Sunderland, the beach was dramatically reduced. A new beach needed to be chosen to cater for those with leisure time and money to spare, and Roker Beach across the River Wear became the perfect place. After walking up the Cat and Dog Steps, we're greeted with the familiar view of Roker Cliff Park and Meek's Lighthouse. This cast-iron giant was designed by Thomas Meek in 1856 and was constructed on the Old South Pier at Sunderland's dock. Originally there was a pair of lighthouses on the old North and South Piers. However, as the new outer harbour was built, protected by a new pair of breakwaters by Henry Hare Wake, the lighthouses weren't required in their locations. A new lighthouse built at the end of Roker Pier replaced the old pier lighthouses in 1903. A sister lighthouse to the one at Roker Pier was never built, with the new South Pier being set with an unmanned column and fixed light. In 1983, the Old South Pier was shortened and Meek's Lighthouse was moved to Roker Cliff Park. Just along from Meek's Lighthouse is another glimpse into Sunderland's history, the Edwardian tram shelter. Trams passed along the coast, taking holiday makers from Fawcett Street in the heart of Sunderland city centre to Seaburn, stopping at this elegant shelter. This rare example of a tram shelter was built in the early 20th century, between 1901 and 1904, and features the most beautiful intricate ironwork. Internal seating through wooden benches provided much needed seating for tired tourists waiting for a tram home. Whilst the tram system closed in 1954, it remained a popular shelter for the nearby bus stop and as a windbreaker against the cold North Sea wind. The last part of my walk takes us past the old Seaburn Hotel, where Ellis Lowry stayed, along with the restaurants that used to house many old seaside favourites. Nottiani's, a roller skating rink, and a miniature zoo were incredibly popular here in the 1950s, but are only memories in the Seaburn of today. I really hoped you enjoyed this video, and please let me know if you'd like to see anything similar or anything different. And don't forget to like and subscribe.